Well, hello everyone. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Britballin. Today the big man Mike isn't available, so he's busy moving house. So we've invited a guy who not many people know, to be honest, that's actually even part of Britballin. Sean is very much involved with us. He's a valued member of the backroom team. He does a lot of our graphics, a lot of our video edits and things like that, and he's making his debut appearance on the show today. So welcome to the stream, Sean.
Thank you very much. Mate, I think it's the nicest things you've ever said about me.
Yeah, mate, we're live now, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? It stays out the WhatsApp group, that.
No, I'm looking forward to being here. It's a decent little topic in terms of what we're going forward and looking at like youth football and other stuff we've had with BAFA and BAFCA recently. It's a great focus, and I'm glad to be here for this one.
No, that's a good one, mate. I'm looking forward to it. It gets to showcase two young talented guys that are balling out at the minute. So we'll introduce the first one. We've got Hussein. Let's bring him on. Welcome to the stream, Hussein.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Oh, you sound enthusiastic there, mate. Well done. How's it going? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Just busy with schoolwork a little bit, but that's okay. Done well today.
Well, do you want to give a quick bit of background on you, like who you play for? I mean, we can see it on your top, and it makes me smile because I like that t-shirt.
Yeah, I wore it just for you. And, yeah, I mean, I started about 3 years ago, Gateshead Senators, through proud to be a Gateshead Senator. And recently, I've been honoured enough to be offered a spot to go to the States and play, which is a huge deal.
Look at the smile on his face when he's saying that, by the way. Proud as punch.
Yeah, man.
It's still not as big as his mom's smile, though. His mom's over the moon with that.
Oh, shit. But she started screaming in the morning.
Next person up, we've got Vanderson.
What's up?
Thanks for joining me, man.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Do you want to give us a bit of background on how old are you, where you play at?
So I'm 17 years old, and for the past year, I've been playing for the South London Renegades. I moved to London about 3 years ago from Boston, Massachusetts, where I'm originally from. And I actually didn't start playing football until last year. So I played when I was younger, like 12, 13. And then I got here, didn't play it for a good like 2.5 years. And then I got back into it last year. But then like as soon as I got back into it, like COVID hit. So that took like a big hit on not only myself, but a lot of other football players. So yeah.
Oh, you can preach on that one, man. Honestly, COVID is it's absolutely ruined a lot of football this year, and hopefully we can get back at it soon.
Hopefully.
But so how long have you been playing quarterback then, Vanderson? Is that just since you've been here?
Yeah, since I've been here. So a little over a year.
So what was that like? What did you play in when you were back home? Did you have a position then, or was it just like turn up, do what we can?
Yeah, so back in America, I played outside linebacker, I played safety, I played tight end, so I was all over the field. But then my last year there is when I was throwing the ball around, and then the coach came up to me and was like, "Oh wow, like you could really throw." And I was just like, I mean, I just try to do whatever I can on the field, like I'm just having fun out there. But then, like, ultimately, like, I decided to, like, switch to QB. And that was around my last year there. But I also played basketball. And at the time, I was a lot more focused on basketball than football. So, like, I kind of, like, scratched off football. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on basketball. But then when I got here, I don't know, like, what came over me. Like, after 2 years, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to football. Like, I was a little bit indecisive, but like at the end, like I made a decision, and like I haven't gone back since.
So you played basketball and things before. Have you played any other sports since being over here?
No, just basketball. Yeah,
I like that. What about you, Hussein? What other sports have you played?
Oh well, a typical English kid always starts with football, soccer, as you know Americans call it. Grew out of that quickly. Went to rugby. Enjoyed that for 2.5 years, and then found American football, and then fell in love with that.
I like how you said that you grew out of that quickly. By the way, right, for people that don't know this, I'm actually Hussein's coach, okay? And he tells me all the time about how he was some unbelievable goalkeeper. And Can't believe it. I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe it, man. But honestly, like since obviously both you guys. So Vanison, have you played? What level is it that you've played here? Is it under 17s that you played, or was it on U19s?
It was 19.
19. So was that? Did you guys play 7s or 9s?
It was. I actually haven't played like an official game.
Oh, right.
What I played, it was 9-a-side.
9-a-side, yeah. So Hussein, you've only played 5s, yeah?
Yeah, so far.
So far, only played 5. So for you guys that are looking, obviously, Vanessa, what? I know what Hussein wants to do. He wants to go over and play high school ball. What's your goal now? What are you looking to do?
So ultimately, with me, it's the same thing. I think he's younger than me. I'm not sure, but currently I'm class of 22. But I was talking to my parents, and I was also talking to a coach, and he suggested that I reclassify to the class of 23, which would give me another year because of COVID, which means I would graduate a little bit later, but it would also come with like a bonus. I get another year. I could do a lot more with like 2 years of high school instead of just one. So that was a possibility. But as of right now, I'm just looking to get back out there, play high school football, just do what I can.
See, for me, if you're going to reclassify, like this is the perfect time to do it. COVID has just opened that door for you guys. So giving you guys that pathway now where you get to, maybe if you go out there and get a year where you're going to be learning, and then obviously you both haven't played like 11v11 football, and if you get that chance to reclassify, I'd take that, man. Like that's just me personally.
There's going to be no stigma with it either. You know, this is an opportunity that a lot of guys are going to take. Obviously, you've got a lot of people who are going to give you advice along the way, and with people telling you we're wrong and that wrong. Just listen to everybody and make your decisions as you go. But yeah, it is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw out some questions now to you both. Let's start with the whole quarterback situation, right? What was the hardest part of becoming a quarterback? I'll throw that at Vanison first. I'll give you that chance, man.
So I feel like the hardest part about being a quarterback, there's a lot of hard parts, but the hardest one is like really trusting like your teammates to make a play. Because me coming from like, for example, like safety and linebacker, like I make the plays myself. Like I don't have to rely on nobody catching the ball or anything. Like I do it myself. Like I go and make the tackle. Same thing with like, for example, tight end. Like as long as the ball gets to me, like I make a play myself. Like I don't need nobody else. But then at quarterback, like you really need to trust your teammates. You need to trust them to be there. You need to trust them to catch the ball, be at the right place at the right time and stuff like that. So like you really gotta like learn how to trust your teammates and really have faith in them.
That's it. I like that, man. I like the trust factor is a big thing. Hussein, what about you?
For me, I'm still working on this, but the mental side of playing quarterback. So obviously everybody misses throws, even Tom Brady misses throws, but it's that mental part of trying to just erase out your memory and just go to the next play. It's hard to do, especially at the beginning, because you want to be perfect and everyone strives for that. But once you mess up, it's kind of hard to get back into the rhythm. So it's definitely the mental aspect for me.
See, I want to go into details now. Obviously, you both are looking to go stateside, things like that. But Vanison, how tall are you, if you don't mind us asking?
I'm 6'3".
So you're gonna make me look tiny. Thanks. I honestly, you both. For people that don't know, Hussein, how tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
I hate this, man. Kid, you guys are bigger than me. This isn't like it isn't allowed. Like I don't understand it. This is like different weather where you guys are standing these days, man. It's unbelievable.
It's great taking pictures with you.
You know, if people got me on Facebook, you'll see a picture of me and Hussein standing next to each other, and it's like I'm looking like I'm stood next to my dad. That's what it's like. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. No, but obviously height. I was gonna go down a road of saying like height is like a big deal being a quarterback, so you can see over that offensive line. But I'm gonna veer off a little bit, and I'm gonna say, apart from obviously the quarterback being yourselves being the most important role on the field, what position do you value next?
a specific position or just
specific position?
I was going to go trenches, but
I knew he was going to. Look after my offensive. Like, pick one. Pick a position.
Okay. We're going to go centre.
Oh, there we go. See?
Why?
Because that's where the play starts every single play. And if he's not good or not accurate, the chances are the play's not going to work, no matter what the defense is doing. If that snap can't get the quarterback.
See, I thought you might have went. He could have. Normally, when I ask a quarterback this, it's either they'll go, "Oh, my centre," or the guys that's catching the ball. Anyone that's going to catch the ball. Anderson, what are you going with?
See, I was gonna say the guys that catch the ball. As well.
Yes, look at there he is. He's like, come on.
I was gonna say that, but then Hussein brought up a good point about being the center. So now I'm kind of like stuck in between those two. But if I had to pick one, I would say the center. I would say the center too, because
that's a good choice, man. Those guys are big. Those guys are big. Always say those guys, man. Look after them. Look after your centers. No, but I mean, if right now, if football started again tomorrow, for example, we could play games again tomorrow. Are you both match fit? Are you both ready to start?
Yeah, I am personally. I mean, you can ask my mom because she won't.
I can ask your mom.
She won't like it.
Someone get Wendy on the show. Send her a link.
I'll call her up if you want, really bad. No, yeah, you can ask her. I think this is probably the hardest I've ever worked, to be honest. Obviously, except training, because those are intense.
Did you see that look that he gave there, by the way, Anderson? Did you notice that? If he hadn't said training there, that first training session back.
So saying, is that because you are getting ready now? You've got your offer in and that sort of stuff. Have you stepped it up because of that, or have you been keeping yourself in shape and keeping yourself obviously at the level that and beyond that I know you're at? Is that something you were already doing and have in place?
Definitely not as intense as I am now or a few weeks ago. I was definitely slacking off a little bit, definitely. But I think people would have thought that now I've got the offer that I'm going to start, slowing down or
just
slacking off.
Just everyone there now. Hussein's mom has commented in the chat there. Hussein is on it. He's running diet and weights. Oh, look at that. I love how your mom come to back you up, by the way.
I appreciate that.
I'm not sure what that middle word means, but yeah, well, the rest of it sounds good.
What about you, Vanderson? Are you keeping in shape?
So I would say mentally, 100%. I'm always prepared mentally. But physically, I have a situation where I was injured. For a whole year, I've been playing injured because I just refused to not play. But then recently, like I thought to myself, like, all right, I can't keep doing this. Like, I have to get it fixed, which is my knee. I tore a ligament in my knee, and I've been playing on it for a very long time. But now, which is very good because I'm getting surgery like literally this week in 4 days. So literally in the next couple months, it's just rehab, and just get back out there, be the same player I've always been. So physically, if I was 100% obviously healthy, I still want to play, of course, but I'd rather be cautious and just get it done. But mentally, 100%, always prepared.
You're getting some love in the chat, man, Vanderson. Still throws dots with a bad knee. I love it. But honestly, that's playing it smart. That's what you've got to do. Like, if you're injured, get it fixed. Otherwise, it's just going to be worse in time to come.
I was going to say, you're saying there about being 100% mentally. You clearly are, because you're making decisions that me and Adam have made the wrong decision many times through playing. Is why we're utterly broken at the age of 30, and why you're making
29 still, mate. Cheers, thank.
It's next month. But you're making decisions where you're going to still have a career and go out there and get to the States, get back there and get working. It's credit to you, mate. Good job.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You will learn this. The older that you get, you'll start thinking like, I should have maybe sat out that season, and I would have got maybe 3 or 4 seasons after this. And it's one of those where now you need to start looking after yourselves. Like everyone, this is for everyone watching at home as well. Like if you've got a little niggle and it's getting worse, don't carry on playing on it. Get that scene due, and you're going to be able to play for longer. I mean, you all take a knock in a game and you get a dead leg and you play on it. Yeah, that's fine. But when it starts getting serious, get that thing fixed straight away.
Yeah.
So, what's the plan after your surgery, Vance? And I know you got a rehab. Are you going to be back in with the team and things, doing workouts with them and things as well?
Yeah, 100%. I'm not sure if later on in the year we'll be able to have a season, but I don't know if I'll be clear to play by then. I'm not sure. Obviously, I hope so. But if I'm not, I'm of course I'm gonna be with my team. I'm gonna be there every practice, every game. Just if I can't be there physically on the field playing for them, I'm there mentally. I'm helping them out, making sure all the guys are on the right page. Just doing my job as a teammate. Just making sure whatever they need me to do, I'm there.
That right there is what is just sold me as you on a quarterback there, by the way. That there, I haven't seen you throw. I haven't seen nothing, but that attitude right there, quarterback, done straight away.
Absolutely.
That's what you need. As a quarterback, you need a leader, someone that's going to step up and be there for his team as well. So that's really good. For a young guy, that you're very switched on.
Thank you.
Really, really switched on. So what's the obviously for Hussein, we're looking obviously to get back to training in April. What do you think your training sessions are going to be like now?
Well, personally, or
personally, are you ready to come back there? This is a question as your coach asking you, by the way. Are you ready to come back and train 5v5 football, or are you wanting to get ready to go and do 11 football?
I mean, it doesn't really affect me. Of course, I'd love to do 11, like from time to time, but obviously, for everyone else, they're playing 5, so I'm willing to just do 5 because it's not going to really affect anything drastically, so I should be fine. But I'm ready to go.
So this is one thing that the reason I said that, and I'd like more coaches to do it if I'm honest. Hussein, do you think all of our sessions are focused around 5v5 football? I know that your level's that at the minute that you're supposed to play in this country.
No, definitely not.
I think that the way that I would like more coaches personally to do things is get you guys ready to go and play 11-a-side football. It's the best thing that can happen. I mean, going to GB that's the first time you guys get to play 11-a-side or anything like that, or if you go over to the States, or even when you go to university, things like that. In this country, that's the first time you get to play. So I like to cater our training sessions to be more. I'm probably going to get some stick for saying this, but it'd be more football based, you know what I mean? And look more like a football game than just training and then have a 5v5 game. So I want to get things going where we can get some even just some 7-on-7, non-contact games, just like flag basically. Do you know what I mean? Would you guys play flag?
If it means a little season, definitely, I would.
I've actually been playing a lot of flag because I'm not sure if you guys have heard of them, but there's this charity, Big Kid Foundation, and they through lockdown they've helped me a lot. Not only myself, but a lot of other young people. I've made a lot of friends there, and ultimately they have a flag league basically where we've had tournaments, we've had plenty of games. So I'm really familiar with flag 7-on-7. I'm pretty sure you guys heard of UK Dukes. I'm familiar with him. He's a big flag guy. So he's taught me a lot about flag. So playing flag, I'm familiar with 7v7 and all of that. I've been playing it basically the whole block now since there's no contact. So yeah, I'm really familiar with that.
And what was that foundation called, sorry?
Big Kid Foundation.
Big Kid Foundation.
Yeah.
We'll hit that up across the bottom here in a second, just so people can go check that out as well.
Are they based down near you, Anderson? Then are they going based or national based or?
Yeah, it's based in South London, but I'm not sure if they're let's say if you'd say outside of London. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, they just help a lot of young people like myself and stuff like that. Just great people. Met a lot of people there. Made a lot of friends. The coaching, the staff, just amazing people.
Awesome.
That's brilliant. That honestly, if there's anything out there that is doing good for the game, man, and doing good for kids, I'm over the moon with that. So that's gonna bring us on to the next question that I've got here, and it's was American football offered to you in school? And if not, how did you end up getting involved in American football?
Okay. American football was definitely not offered to me in school. I think I got into it. I think I watched a Giants game in 2015, and then I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And then I forgot about it. And then Super Bowl 50 comes along.
It's a Giants game.
Oh. and then I remembered. Oh, I remember watching that. So that looks cool. So I put the Super Bowl on. Cam Newton was playing. Unfortunately, he didn't die for the ball, but let's ignore that. But that's probably what got me hooked. That game there, the environment of that game was crazy. I'm like, that's really cool. I'm gonna try that out. And I spent like a year and a half trying to find somewhere to do it, and then thankfully I found Gateshead.
So you spent a year and a half looking for a team?
I'm not even joking. I didn't know what to do because my mum had to be 13, so I didn't come until I was 13.
Oh, right. See, for us, we're gonna have to work on that social media presence. I'll have a word with a guy that does socials. Sean, sort it out on social media.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list.
What about you, Vanderson?
So obviously in the States, you guys already know football is a big deal, probably the biggest sport there. So in school growing up, we've always played football. Obviously middle school, I didn't get to play high school, but middle school, we've always played football. But when I got here, as I told you guys, I took quite a big period off football. But I met people playing basketball, and I met a friend called Daniel, and one day he asked me, as I'm from America, he asked me about football because he was more into it than I was at the time because he actually played. So he told me that he was playing for a club, the club that I'm at currently, South London Renegades, and he brought me to a session one day. And then like ever since that day, like I haven't turned back. So I'd say it was not in Hussein's case where he couldn't find a team for a year and a half. I found one pretty quickly.
And who was that friend? Daniel, did you say, yeah?
Yeah, Daniel.
Right, I'm going to do something now, okay? Shout out to Daniel, right? Because this is every coach's dream, okay? If you go out and you recruit the players and bring them along to training, that is ideal. Well done, Daniel.
And if he's American.
Yeah, if you find one with an American accent, drag him down. Yeah, no, no, well done, man. No, Daniel, that's a big shout. Well done. Another one. Okay, so obviously, Hussein, you've had an offer that you've accepted, and Vanderson, you've had an offer that you've not accepted quite yet, but you're gonna have a think about and weigh up some options and things. But how did you get in contact with schools in America?
I'll go first again. I think it was Paul, yeah. He from Northeast. He
Paul
got in
Richardson.
contact, about an opportunity to get involved with a guy called Chris Adamson. Shout out to Chris. And he runs a company called Gridiron Imports, who basically get recruits from not just Europe but also some American kids and try and find them a place in a high school that they can try and fulfill their dreams of playing American football and going to school. And he's helped me along the way, like really heavily. He's guided me through the process very well. And I think at first we just built a profile, put my highlights on, and once schools get in contact, you have a Zoom call, and then you apply. And then if you get accepted, which hopefully everyone does, then you accept a spot. I mean, I think I'm going. Yeah, I'll be going in August, so it's a bit soon, I reckon. But
Sudden realization that you better start packing, or
well, I guess.
What about you, Vanderson? Did you make any contact with any schools over in the States, or did they contact you? How did that work?
So with me, I spoke to a coach from Coach Akeem from a school that obviously gave me the offer. And he just asked me if I was looking for a school to play for in America and things like that, like a little bit about me, some backstory, some film and stuff like that. And I spoke to him. I sent it all to him. We spoke for a couple of days, and then obviously he reviewed my film and stuff like that. And he spoke to the offensive coordinator and the head coach. And then like after all of that, they were like, we can offer you a place here and things like that. And then I still have to speak to them and let them know like what I'm gonna decide to do. But as of right now, I'd say that like I'm still pretty open to other high schools and other places. Like I'm not just gonna close out my recruiting straight away. But I'd say I'm still pretty open to other high schools and stuff. So yeah, that's
You mentioned there about your footage and that sort of stuff, with your injury and COVID and that sort of stuff, pretty much in the entirety of your football career over here. What did your game film or your film that you sent across to the school consist of?
It was 77s.
Okay,
that was
the big 5 foot kick.
So that helped me a lot. Yeah.
No, it's to be fair, that sort of stuff is what you need as a quarterback. I mean, that's what you see all of the Top Gun camp and things like that. That's what Boom Football Academy. You've got Elite 11 over there. That's a lot of the camps that they do anyway. So for those guys to see stuff like that, they understand that that can transcend over to the contact side of the game and things anyway. So that's ideal footage as far as I'm concerned. If you're showcasing your arm talent, your drop back, etc., you're going to be laughing, absolutely laughing. We've had a comment here of Michael Klusky. Did Paul tell him he played for GB? Paul Richardson is renowned for telling people he plays for GB, or he played for GB back in the day. But I think this time, Michael, I think he just went with the lines of a coach at GB now. So I think that's what he done this time. Had another comment coming in off Wendy. Saying, Mom and Dad are so proud but want the days to slow down, as he'd be such a miss at home as a son and brother. Look at the love. By the way, the 18th birthday party, we're showing this, by the way. I'm not even joking. Would the guys explain what they want? Oh, let's have a look. I'll pull this one up. Would the guys explain what they went through to get the sponsor and visa, as that is a very difficult process from the experience? So, Hussein, you're still going through your visa application things, aren't you? Is that right?
Yeah, we haven't completed it yet, but everything's running smoothly at the minute, so yeah.
So, normally, if you've had an offer from a high school, which is, I know from obviously working with Hussein and other people in the past and things, normally what you're looking to get is, if it's a private school, you can get is it an F something visa that you're going to be getting?
There's an F in that 3 letters.
Yeah, it's an F number visa that you'll be getting, and it allows you to go to a private school in the States that has boarding and things like that. So private school is probably the way to go for British guys. Vanderson, I'm assuming you've got an American passport and things, you'd be fine to go over there, is that right?
I don't. I actually wasn't born in America.
Were you though? Were you born in the UK?
I was born in Brazil.
Oh, wow. Oh. So you're going to have to go through the same sort of process and things as well?
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, he would get you, man. You turn up the embassy with that accent, they'll let you in. Don't worry, mate. You'll be fine. They'll be like, yeah, he's come to play football. Yeah, come on, let's go. No, but I mean, the visa application things, it's quite simple these days if you've been offered a school and things. So it's not as complicated as what it tries to make it out to be these days. So it's not an issue. Next question that we're going to bring up is, what are you looking for in offers from schools? So what are you looking for in offers from the US? What type of offer is it that you're hoping to get? Is it like a boarding offer? Is it an education offer? Is it a college? Is it high school? What sort of thing is it that you're looking for? Or Hussein, you can explain what you've accepted.
Yeah, I've accepted just a placement in the Pennington School in New Jersey that will include my boarding and my basic necessities, really, that I will need to attend. I just need to take clothes and I'm sorted, really.
What about you, Vanderson? Are you just hoping to see whatever you can get to continue playing football?
Yeah, it's like that, but also like the boarding situation. I do have family in America, so if anything, if it's the deal that I have to stay with them, I'm fine with that. I also take my education seriously, and although football, I am a student athlete, so obviously student comes first. But
somebody clip it so we can send this to every young quarterback ever to play this game. I love that answer.
So yeah, even though football is my priority, but school also. So my mom would really want me to get into a school that has good academics, obviously, not just go there, play football, neglect the school side. So yeah, I'm looking to that. And also ultimately I just want to be at a place where I'm wanted. If they want to bring me in, if I'm wanted, if they want to make me the guy, which I believe I am the guy, then yeah, like I just want to be somewhere where I'm wanted.
I love that answer. Honestly, I love that answer. If there's any guys over there from high school now, look at this video. Your guys are here on the screen now. There's 2 of them. Come and get them.
Honestly, you keep that attitude up, Anderson, throughout your high school, your college, you'll go far. Whether that's long-term football or your studies, that sort of stuff, you're a fantastic attitude, mate. Fantastic.
As long as you keep the student athlete first, man. Student comes first always. I love that. So when we're talking about quarterbacks, there's lots of different types of quarterbacks out there. You've got the guys like, obviously, Russell Wilson. When he first started out, he'd be that tuck and run quarterback. You've got guys like Lamar who just run past everyone and throw it when people aren't looking. You've got people like Tom Brady sit in the pocket and throw the ball. What sort of style are you guys?
For me, it's probably just like, should I pick a guy?
Pick a guy.
Okay. College or NFL? Or does it not matter?
Oh, give her one of each.
All right. Okay. NFL, probably going to go Cam Newton, just based off size. I like to think that my throwing is probably a bit more important than the running in that aspect. But if I need to truck someone, I have no problem in doing that. I'll put someone on the backside. It doesn't really bother me. College-wise, probably the Clemson QB, the new one, DJ Uiagalelei, the guy from St. John Bosco. He's like different. He throws the ball like 80 yards or something crazy, but I like to think that he throws the ball way more as well. So that's a good comparison for me.
So you would say that yourself, you like to air the ball out, but if you needed to run, you don't mind running, getting those hard yards.
Only like 3rd and 2 though, because I can't run far.
What about you, Vanderson?
Well, as I told you guys, like I was all over the field. Like if I need to run, use my legs, no problem. Obviously not right now. I've been injured for a while, so I try to limit the running.
Vanderson, I'd put money on you still being quicker than me now with your bad knee. In fact,
it'll be quicker than you next week.
Yeah, next week after the operation, he's still going to be quicker than us. Like I'm just putting that out there. My 40 times it is measured by sundial, mate. So you'll be fine.
But yeah, like as I was saying, like obviously coming from like a athletic type of guy, just all over the field, I'd say obviously not a Lamar Jackson, but a good comparison. I'd say like maybe Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott. Between those 2 guys, they're both 2 athletic guys. They could get it done with their legs and their arm. Like me, I would say I do prefer throwing. Like after all, I am a quarterback. My job is to get the ball to the receiver, but pocket collapses or if anything goes wrong, then my legs will get the job done. No need to worry about that.
I like that answer. We've had Michael Kluski again come up saying, did they find a host family too, or did they do it through the visa company or themselves? So I'll answer quickly because I know for Hussein. Hussein's school that he's been offered so far is boarding. Vanderson, he's had an offer. He hasn't accepted it yet. He might be getting some more offers come through. He's waiting to see what's going on there. So it all depends on the type of offer. It is the Pennington School, is that right, Hussein?
Yeah, that's
so
right.
You're at, and they have a boarding section, so you'll actually be living on school site. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
So it's not like a host family that they'll be staying with. And I think your mom's put the visa type.
Yeah.
Is that an I-20? I think I'm getting some feedback there, but I think it's fine. We've got another couple of questions. We're not going to keep you up all night. Obviously, we know that you guys have got things that you need to be doing. But what's the end goal for you guys? Is it college scholarship, aim for the NFL? Is it just hope to get your education paid for? What's the end goal?
For me, it's definitely a bit of all 3. Obviously, everybody aims for the NFL, but it's not always the outcome. Personally, education's definitely number 1 from a big school. Preferably Division 1. If not, that's okay as long as I'm getting that free education, because I'm not really the richest person, so I can't afford every school in the country. So if I can get it for free, that's a huge plus on my family.
I love that answer. Vanessa, what about you?
Yeah, as he said, obviously NFL is what every kid strives for. It's what we all play, where we all want to end up. But there could be a lot of turns, a lot of things might not go as planned. So you got to be realistic with yourself. But like you said, get that free education. Obviously, like he said, my family isn't the richest people alive. Like, so that would be a lot of weight off their shoulders, especially getting my degree, because obviously a degree would last forever. Like a football career, right, might not. So that's the ultimate goal. But I definitely say strive for Division 1 or Division 2, whatever it might be, scholarship, and then if God willing, the NFL, if that happens, then yeah, that's the goal for now.
I feel like I need a little Vanderson like on my shoulder on a daily basis, like telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing and how to achieve it.
It's like the words of wisdom, isn't it? I love it. So we mentioned to you guys off stream before that we might end up having our Britballin tubes pop into the studio and come and ask somebody a question. This question could be for anyone that's on the stream now. So it could be for me, it could be for Sean, Hussein, Vanderson. We have no idea who this question is going to be for, but he's just arrived. So we'll pull him onto the stream now.
Tubes.
Nice to join with Tubes.
Yeah, all right, fellas. How's it going?
How's it going, man? You got one question only.
It's for Hussein.
Oh, come on then.
So, with you moving over in August, have you been practicing your American accent so that they can actually understand you when you go over there?
Not really, because everybody has been saying you better not change your accent. I mean, I know how to say like water properly for American. I know how to say water in American. I'm not doing it, but
do it.
Yeah, I think you are.
Gotta do it.
Okay. What should I put it in a sentence or just say it?
Yeah, put it in a sentence. Go on.
You want some water?
Oh, I like it. Well done. Right, Tubes, that had to be the worst question you've ever asked coming on here, but I really enjoyed it, actually. Thanks very much, man. We'll catch you next week.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Of course he picked me.
Every week, man. Like, we haven't had him on for like 3 weeks, and he comes on and asks a question for you to stay in accent. Unbelievable. We've had a question come in from Jesse. As a fellow quarterback myself, how do you keep yourself developing your game outside of organized trainings? I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll give that to Vanderson first.
At home, I try to watch a lot of videos. I try to educate myself a lot because a lot of being a quarterback comes mentally, as you said in the beginning of the stream. So watching a lot of videos, a lot of things like how to get better at home mentally, watching film of yourself, if you have any film of yourself, just try to stay healthy, drink a lot of water. That's mainly like if you want to get better mentally as COVID, there's not much you can do like on the field. Then there's a lot of YouTube channels. There's a lot of things on Instagram, obviously social media, big privilege. Now we could basically search for anything and you'll find it. And also my coach has been helping me a lot. They've been sending me a lot of things. They've been telling me what I should and what I shouldn't do, how I could get better and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing at home, just the mental side.
So when you're watching game film or your footage, that sort of stuff, and looking at that self-improvement sort of thing, for any of the other young quarterbacks that are watching, you're good at breaking that down from what you said. What is it that you're looking at other than, oh, he got me on that play or I made a pass there? What are the secondary sort of learning points that you're looking at that you can pass on? So
the first thing that I look at is my motion. If I'm getting my full motion, how my drop is, how much I'm leaning and stuff like that with my shoulders, my hips, my mobility, my shoulders. So just like my motion, because if my motion looks good, if my motion feels good, then most likely it's going to be a good pass. Secondly, what I focus on is the defense, because if I make a bad read, then that's because I haven't read the defense properly. So that's another thing I focus. And then third is just how the ball comes out. That's the end outcome when you put those two together. So if those three are good, then it's a good play.
Love that. What about you, Hussein?
What, the same question or for Phil?
Same question.
What to develop my game outside of training?
Yeah.
Well, it varies. I do plenty of stuff. I've gone back in and running for the past few months. I think my cardio system's getting good. Weights, you have to do more than just football. You can't just go out and just throw a ball and expect to get better over that. You have to make sure that you're eating right. You're doing the weights. You're running and stretching. Stretching's really helped me out a lot recently. I think I've been doing it for the past 3 weeks, a month as well. But just in general, you feel great. You feel loose. I mean, especially for older people like you, Coach, stretching definitely helps.
I'm going to edit that bit out where he called us old there, by the way. You're lucky you're going to America. I'm telling you, it's not far away enough.
You're also lucky he doesn't know how to edit either. So,
no, but honestly, like, for me, just if I could give any advice, I don't know why you want to listen to me, but me personally, give some advice. It's just always just keep trying to improve things. Like, look at yourself. Would just say, like, what can I do to get better? If you're out there doing something, there'll be someone there that should be doing it alongside of you. So if you go for a run, pull your teammates out, get them to go for a run. That's helping your leadership style. If you think, oh, you know what, I'm going to have a couple of days off, those couple of days off turns into a week off, you need to get back into it. You need to get back into it constantly. Just keep doing whatever you can, and everything else will fall into place. Hard work always pays off, man.
I'd just like to comment on that bit there as well, Coach. I like to think, like, if I don't go on this run, if I don't lift those weights, how am I going to feel later? Like, oh, you should have done that. Or in a few years' time, I should have done that extra rep. I should have done that extra work to get where I wanted to be. So you have to think, what's your end goal? And you need to know how much work you need to put into it. And if you slack off too much, you're just not going to get there.
This is Mike on the Britballin page here now. You can tell. You must finally be unpacking these things now. We've had Terrell comment. There's a lot of good stuff on Instagram. The Locked In QB takeover, etc. for anyone that's wanting to go and have a look. We've had Marcus come up with who's been the greatest influence on you. So we'll give that over to Vanderson.
The greatest influence. That's a hard question. There's a lot of people. That's a hard question. But if I'd start, I'd probably say my greatest influence. I'd probably say F.A. Obada. I've never met him personally. I've never spoke to him. But Coach Steve, which is the Renegades coach, he's my head coach. And he's coached F.A. F.A. has played for his team, and he knows him personally. So I'd say we have like a great mutual coach. So I'd say seeing him come out of the UK, like basically where football isn't as big of a sport, and making it to where he is now. This year, he got a lot of sacks, made a lot of good plays. And yeah, so I'd say right now, my biggest inspiration would be him. But there's a lot of people, like I could say Coach Jonathan, which is another coach at my team. I could say Coach Paris, which is another coach. I could say even UK Dukes, Kenny, he's taught me so much, a lot of things that if I didn't learn from him, I wouldn't be the player I am right now. So there's like a lot of people. I don't think I could come down to the wire, just one person. There's a lot of people.
I love that one. And what about you, Hussein?
I mean, I also
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna have to. There's so many people. But it is Coach Wilkin. It actually is. Not just in football though, but in life. Like
it's all right. I've muted him. It's fine. Don't worry. It's all good. No, it's all right. You can go. It's fine.
Like not just in football, but life in general. Like at school, I'll think, oh, if I did this work, would Coach Wilkin think it's acceptable? No. Okay, well, let's do it properly then. And even with training, I'll be like, am I pushing myself hard enough? What would he say? Would he yell at me that I'm not putting enough effort in, or would he say, okay, well, yeah, fair enough. I know that if I'm not wincing in pain by the end of the session, he's not proud. So I've got to push myself.
I thought I was going to cry until he said that.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'll ruin it every time.
No, man, that's I appreciate that. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
I'm disappointed, mate. I'm
even comment there we go.
No, No, like I say every time, it's not. It's got absolutely nothing to do with me. It's the hard work you guys put in, and you can see from both you guys that are here on the stream now that you have put that hard work in. So that's credit to you guys. We're gonna end on a quick fire round for you both. So we'll get one last quick fire round in, if I can get my words out, because I feel like I'm gonna cry. What we'll do is. Quick question. We'll go Vanison, you answer first, then Hussein, and then we'll go from there. In fact, Sean, you can answer these as well. So we'll go
brilliant.
Vanison, Hussein, Sean, right? Because you've not done it before.
Till last.
So, NFL or college football?
College.
Hussein?
College football, without a doubt.
College
football. Good choice. Let's go with sack or interception?
Interception.
Sack.
Oh, like, I didn't even have to go like sack fumble or anything there, or sack strip. We could have gone with them.
Sack's not a turnover.
Yeah. Oh, look
here
at
he
this.
comes.
Here he is. Mike's
There's
joined now.
no in there, the new house. He's out and about.
Why?
Boys! How are we doing?
We can't even hear you properly. Get off the show.
Don't stream and drive, just to let you all know. Stay safe. Stay
He's
well.
snitching on himself.
He's absolutely terrible. What are you doing?
I've got a question.
Oh.
All right, then. Well, I mean, you could have just typed it and would have brought it up, but okay.
No, I've
Where's
got
the
power
good-looking Britballin tubes gone?
on it. This is the better looking one.
Come on, then
How
ask
we
your
doing?
question. I mean,
Hold
we
on.
were doing a quick fire round, but okay. Yeah, we can see you ask your question.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. This is more important. Right. So, you might have already asked it. I've not been watching a big graph.
He's not
If
watching,
I
and
was
his
to start
internet's
over-
rubbish.
What would you do different and why?
Right, I think that was if you could start all over again. What would you do different and why?
You can go first. You can go first, Vanison.
If I could start all over again, I would. Although I have played many other positions on the field, I enjoyed it. It taught me a lot of things that I wouldn't have known. But if I could start again, I would stick to quarterback because I feel like I would have been a way better player now if I've been playing it from when I started playing football. Although I did use my athletic ability where I could to help my team. Did everything I could, both sides of the ball. I was there, but I fell in love with the position quarterback. Like if I could start over again, I would have started playing it very, very soon. So yeah, that's what I would have changed if I could start over.
You can hear him reversing and things interrupting the answer. Oh, he's muted now.
Great. For me, if I was going to change anything,
I'm getting him off the screen. I've had enough.
if I was to change something, probably just again, it's the mental thing. I feel like I've started working on that a bit too late. I think I could have got there a bit sooner and just